This question appeared in NEET PG 2018 and it says about all of the following are excreted in cystinuria except, and your options are A. Arginine, B. Leucine, C. Ornithine and D. Cystine. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. There is a very important announcement. We have just launched our NEET PG previous year question bank in a book format which is available on Amazon. Just go and check the description to know more about it. Now, cystinuria is a very high topic from exam point of view. So let's learn what is cystinuria. Now, whenever we learn about any defect in biochemistry, generally we talk about a enzyme defect. But here it is very interesting. Here there is no enzyme which is defective. In fact, there is a defect in dibasic amino acid transporter. Okay, so what happens, these dibasic amino acid transporters are present in your kidney, and we know that all the amino acids are reabsorbed back in the kidney. Okay, after being filtered out at glomerulus, they are all reabsorbed. And because of this defect in the dibasic amino acid transporter, some amino acids which are dibasic in nature, which means they are basic in nature, they are not reabsorbed back, and so they are excreted in urine. So what are these dibasic amino acids? So we can remember by a very simple mnemonic. C stands for cystine. We know cystine amino acid. O stands for ornithine. Now ornithine is a derived amino acid, which means that it is not one of those 20 amino acids which are here. It is basically seen in your urea cycle, which means it has a structure similar to amino acids. Okay, but it is not one of the primary amino acids. So ornithine. A stands for arginine and last L stands for lysine. So all these four different amino acids, because this dibasic amino acid transporter is not there, it is defective, so they are not reabsorbed back, and hence all of these are excreted in urine. Okay, so this is the first thing you have to remember. Now very interestingly, because there is an increased concentration of cystine, so two molecules of cystine will condense together to form cystine. Okay, so there is a small spelling difference, but basically these two cystine molecules get converged, condensed into cystine. That's why you have this name cystinuria. Okay, now interestingly, what chemical difference is there, that two molecules get condensed to form one molecule of cystine, but what physical transformation happens is, this is relatively more soluble, but this is insoluble or very less soluble in water, and so you have precipitation of this cystine leading to formation of cystine stones. Okay, cystine stones. So recurrent formation of cystine stones is a hallmark clinical presentation of cystinuria. Now, there are two points which I want you to remember about cystine stones. Number one, they are hexagonal in shape. So when you do a urine examination, you will find hexagonal crystals in the urine. A very characteristic thing for cystine stone. And number two, remember, they are one of the hardest stones. They're very hard. So lithotripsy will not be done. Okay, so this is very important point about cystine stones. Okay, now interestingly, there is a very important tetrad which is associated with cystinuria, and let's talk about that tetrad. Okay, so that is called as Garrod's tetrad. Okay, now Garrod looks like an English name, so we can remember by a mnemonic called as cap. English person is wearing a cap. So C stands for cystinuria, very easy. A is for albinism, so he is a white person. The next A is for alkaptonuria. Okay, so white person having a urine which turns black on exposure of air. And P stands for pentosuria. So this again Garrod tetrad has been asked in the examination. How do we make a diagnosis? So recurrent cystine stones along with sodium nitrochloride test positive in urine. This sodium nitrochloride test, you know, is a test for Cystine. Okay, so when you do a sodium nitrochloride test in urine, it will come positive. And how do we manage this patient? Now remember, the biggest problem which you see in this patient is the formation of this recurrent cystine stones. So, you know, adequate hydration or plenty of fluid has to be advised to these patients. And because these are all, you know, basic amino acid, if the urine is acidic, they will start precipitating. So, alkalinization of urine, so that this cystine stone does not get formed, they are dissolved. Okay, so this is all important points about cystinuria. Trust me, there have been so many questions which have been asked on cystinuria. Coming back to your question, so which of the following are excreted in cystinuria except, so arginine is excreted, ornithine is excreted, cystine is excreted, but leucine is not excreted. Instead of leucine, we have got lysine, which is a basic amino acid, is excreted in urine. So the correct answer will be